I'm Hudline Harper.
Chad Jennings.
And we are here to present to you the film Hidden Figures and discuss all the insights about the film. Hidden Figures is more than just a film. It's a powerful reminder of the extraordinary contributions of 3 African American females that helped NASA during the space race. A time when racial segregation and gender discrimination were at the peak in the US of A. This film brings long overdue recognition to Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, women who not only helped send John Glenn, our favorite American astronaut, into orbit, but also paved the way for future generations of scientists, engineers, and mathematicians, and African American females and males, and just the whole culture together.
Don't mind me, I'm camera shy. The real life Katherine Johnson. She was a math prodigy whose calculations were crucial in the success of many NASA missions. Born in 1918, West Virginia, she showed an early knack for numbers and only started high school at 10 years old. She later graduated from West Virginia State College at 18. At NASA, she worked in the Flight Research Division. Stop. And was known for her brilliance in analytic geometry. Her most famous contribution was verifying the orbital calculations made by computers for Jen Glenn's 1962 mission. Glenn specifically asked for the girl to recheck the numbers before he would fly, an incredible vote of confidence in her skills.
We have Ryan Harper here to talk about real life Dorothy Vaughan.
Thank you. Born in 1910, hired at NASA in 1943 and became the first African American supervisor at the organization. She led the West Area Computers, a segregated unit of African American female mathematicians. She was a pioneer in the early adoption of the programming languages, especially Fortran, and helped her team transition from manual calculations to computer-based work. Vaughan was a quiet but powerful leader, advocating for the women under her and ensuring they had the tools to succeed in a changing technological landscape.
Niku here to talk about Mary Jackson. She's the youngest out of the 3 first African American females to work for NASA. She became NASA's first black female engineer, and she really had to get her career started by petition to a court to attend a full white class in Virginia. After 34 years at NASA, Jackson became an advocate for women and minorities in STEM fields and helped initiate programs to support their career advancements. The historical context of Hidden Figures is that it's around the Cold War era. It's a space race between the United States and the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union launched Sputnik in 1957, and then the US had to, counter that, ramp up its space program by they invested in research, technology, and personnel. At the same time, in the USA, the civil rights movement was gaining momentum across America, challenging the deep-rooted segregation and inequality in education, employment, and housing. Against all of this, the accomplishments of Johnson, Vaughan, and Jackson were not only scientific feats, but also acts of courage and resistance. These women were operating within a segregated institution in a segregated society. They had to use separate bathrooms. They weren't allowed at certain meetings because it was white only, and were often overlooked even with all their talents that they had.
Now the stage is set to talk about the movie.
Hidden Figures, released in 2016 and directed by Theodore Melfi, masterfully blends historical truth with dramatic storytelling. The film was nominated for several Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and brought widespread attention to a story that has been largely unknown to the general public.
The movie stays mostly true to the real events, but makes a few changes for dramatic effect, obviously. For example, the scene where Katherine Johnson runs across the NASA campus just to use the colored bathroom is symbolic. Though it didn't happen exactly that way, it represents the constant barriers Black women faced at the time. Similarly, Al Harrison, the character played by Kevin Costner, is a composite of several NASA officials rather than one real person.
The film does an excellent job highlighting not only the intellectual achievements of its main characters, but also their emotional strength, personal sacrifices, and the daily intensities they faced. From Dorothy teaching herself and others to program the IBM machine, to Mary challenging the courts to take engineering classes, and to Catherine demanding to be allowed in meetings where her knowledge was critical. And the movie shows how determination, intelligence, and perseverance can break down walls.
Now we're going to talk about the character breakdown in the movie.
Katherine Johnson, played by Taraji P. Henson, a soft-spoken but brilliant mathematician who demands her seat at the table and proves her worth through flawless calculations. Dorothy Vaughan, played by Octavia Spencer, played a born leader who takes initiative, learns computer programming, and ensures her team's transitions smoothly into the digital age. Mary Jackson, played by Janelle Monáe, outspoken and passionate, she refuses to be held back by outdated laws and boldly becomes NASA's first Black female engineer.
Impact and legacy of Hidden Figures, the film. The film reignited conversations about the lack of recognition for women and minorities in STEM. Since its release, the contributions of Johnson, Vaughan, and Jackson have been honored in many ways. NASA renamed a building the Katherine G. Johnson Computational Research Facility. Johnson also received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2015. To summarize Hidden Figures, it not only tells an inspiring story, but also teaches us an important lesson. History is often written by those in power, but it is shaped by many, including those who were long overlooked. By reclaiming the narratives of these three women, the film encourages us all to take a deeper look into who gets credit for progress and who makes it possible.
I'm signing off. Stu Naku.
Ryan Harper.
Chad Jennings.
Thanks for listening to the MATIS Marauders podcast.
I am the Chad Jennings.
I'm the Notorious Harps.
I am the one and only student goo.